bead using the slip stitch method, you need to thread up your beads ready before you cast on. Then, using the chart or the pattern as a guide as to where to bead, you work to where it says PB in the pattern. PB in my patterns means place bead, and it's the slip stitch method of adding beads to your knitting. So you work along to where it says PB, then you do the following. You slide one bead up the yarn so it's sitting close to the right hand needle. You then bring the yarn forward between the needles to the front with the bead. You slip the next stitch as if you were purling, and then you take the yarn back, leaving the bead in front of the slipped stitch. This is the next stitch after the bead, and when you work the next stitch, just pull firmly on the yarn and you will see that the strand that the bead is sitting on pulls tight so that the bead then sits neatly across the stitch. Work to where you need to place another bead and you repeat the same process. Okay, so now we're ready to start a wrong side row. Going to demonstrate how to place a bead when the wrong side of the work is facing you. So again, work to where it says PB, place bead, in your pattern instructions or on your chart, and then you work as follows. You slide a bead up so it's sitting close to the right hand needle. You take the yarn back between the needles with the bead. You slip the next stitch purlwise before bringing the yarn towards you again between the needles, but leaving the bead on the right side of the work, which is facing away from you. This is the next stitch I'm purling after the bead, and I pull tightly like I did on the right side row to make sure that the bead is sitting neat. Then you work until you need to place another bead. Turn the work around and look at the beads. You can see that there is no difference to how they sit between a right side and a wrong side row. They look the same, and a slip stitch bead sits on a little bar of yarn that sits across a stitch, so they sit horizontally across stitches.